Welcome to ClubhouseNews.com. You're tuned in to Clubhouse News Weekend for the week ending Saturday, December 5th. I'm Skylar.
And I'm Abraham. The United Nations Climate Change Conference is being held in Paris, France, from November 30th to December 11th, as delegates from 195 countries negotiate on a global climate change agreement. See, man-made pollution has been linked to massive wildlife loss, rising planet temperatures, and habitat loss. Among the changes being discussed are how to best cut back on carbon dioxide emissions, which poisons the air and people, how to develop renewable technologies that can provide energy without gas-guzzling machinery, and how to devote millions of dollars to cutting-edge research. Even Pope Francis has been calling for people to change their lifestyles and for companies to stop killing the planet in the name of greed. While it remains to be seen whether the climate change conference has a lasting impact, it does mark a big step forward.
December 7th marks the 74th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor, the United States naval base in Hawaii. On December 7, 1941, the attack on Pearl Harbor was a surprise military strike by the Imperial Japanese Navy. 353 Japanese fighter planes, bombers, and torpedo planes, in 2 ways, bombed the base. All 8 U.S. Navy battleships were damaged, with 4 sunk. The attack on Pearl Harbor was intended to neutralize the U.S. Pacific Fleet, and hence protect Japan's advance into Malaya and the Dutch East Indies, where it sought access to natural resources such as oil and rubber. The attack came as a shock to the American people and led directly to the American entry into World War II. World War II was fought between 2 major groups of nations. They became known as the Axis powers and the Allied powers. The major Axis powers were Germany, Italy, and Japan. Germany was ruled by Adolf Hitler, who became Führer in 1934. Benito Mussolini was supreme dictator of Italy, and Hirohito was Emperor of Japan from 1926 until 1989. Osamu Nagano was a fleet admiral in the Japanese Navy. Nagano was a leader in the attack on Pearl Harbor.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
It's the 60th anniversary of Rosa Parks' bus protest, which inspired the civil rights movement for African Americans. Rosa Louise Macaulay Parks has been called the First Lady of Civil Rights and the Mother of the Freedom Movement by Congress. Why? Well, on December 1st, 1955, in Montgomery, Alabama, Parks refused to obey bus driver James F. Blake's order to give up her seat in the colored section to a white passenger after the white section was filled. Her birthday, February 4th, and the day she was arrested, December 1st, have both become Rosa Parks Day, commemorated in both California and Ohio. Parks' act of defiance and the Montgomery bus boycott became important symbols of the modern civil rights movement. She became an international icon of resistance to racial segregation. She organized and collaborated with civil rights leaders including Martin Luther King Jr., a minister who gained national prominence in the civil rights movement and helped pass laws guaranteeing blacks equal treatment.
It is unacceptable that they use their power to keep us voiceless.
In other equality news, the USA's Defense Secretary Ashton B. Carter said he is opening all jobs in combat units to women, allowing women to join the country's most elite military forces for the first time in history. That means women can now join Special Operations Unit, like the Navy SEALs, Marine Corps Infantry, and Army Special Forces. The announcement comes months after 2 female soldiers became the first women to ever graduate from the Army's extremely brutal Ranger School. To the ladies who join these ultra-exclusive units, we salute you.
Treat me the same, no better, no worse.
Damn, that girl is good.